So let's go back to two parallel lines. So these two lines are parallel. So you can see that if I move them like this or like this, they remain parallel. So the two blue lines are parallel. And then we have a red line going through like this, and that's called a transversal. Now, alternate interior and alternate exterior angles. So what are they? So alternate means that the angles are going to be on opposite sides of this red line, of the transversal. So alternate means on opposite sides of the transversal. And interior means inside the two parallel lines, and exterior means outside of the two parallel lines. So if we look at the interior, so if I pick this angle here, this angle right here, then the alternate interior angle will alternate. So I have to go on the other side, and I have to go alternate. So on the other side and interior, so it's going to be down here. These two are congruent. You notice they look the same. So let's measure them. So these two angles are alternate on opposite sides of the transversal, on opposite sides, and they're interior, so they're inside the two parallel lines, and they're both 45. They're both 45 degrees. So if I move the angle a little bit like this, you see they both change together. They're both changing together, so they're congruent. So alternate interior angles are congruent. And I also have this angle, so these two are alternate interior and they're congruent. But what about these guys? They have this obtuse angle here, and alternate, so on the other side, or down here, and it's also obtuse, and those are also congruent. So I look at these two guys, these two angles, and they're both 135. They're on opposite sides of the transversal, and inside the two parallel lines, they're both 135. And they're called alternate interior, and so are these two, called alternate interior. Just for fun, I can notice that these two together make a straight line. They are supplementary. They add up to 180. They add up to 180. And so do these two, add up to 180. So what would be the alternate exterior angle? So if I start with this angle over here, then the alternate would be on the other side, outside, way over here. So this angle, they're both acute and they're the same. They're alternate exterior angles. So we notice that they're both 45. They're both 45. If I make this one smaller, 43, they're the same. So these are called alternate, so opposites. One is on the left of the transversal, this one's on the right of the transversal. So and they're both 45. So these are called alternate exterior angles. And then these guys, this angle over here, that's going to be 135. Remember vertically opposite angles? This is going to be 135 also. And this is going to be 135 over here. This is also going to be 135 because these two are they're vertically opposite. Also, we can think about it as this one and this one, these are corresponding. This one's going to be corresponding because they're on the same side of the transversal. They're corresponding, so this will be 135. So with this one, 135 over here and 135 over here, these two are corresponding. So these two are called alternate exterior angles, and they're congruent. These two are called alternate exterior angles, and they're congruent. They're both 45. This one and this one, these are called alternate interior angles, and they're congruent. They're both 135. And these are also called alternate interior angles. They're both 45. And that's it.